the one thing we want to do, things happen. You know, you'll put a conversation out there, or you'll just want to become the thing that you set your mind out to do, and like all of a sudden you start vibrating at this lovely level and things just appear in front of you, and it's just, but what do you say to people who aren't on that purpose? What kind of things would you advise that way to know?
It's really finding what they're doing. I mean, understanding why they do what they do for. I mean, really tapping in. Okay, so you're part of a business, you're part of a company as a key decision maker. You know, what are you aiming for? What's your main goal? What is your purpose, like we keep mentioning? When Revitalise first began back in June 2017, like I mentioned to Stephen earlier, there's 21 individuals in the room. Now, when I developed Revitalise, it was about bringing people together to meet one another and to actually gain opportunities from one another, to open up doors of opportunity. And it's really tapping into that purpose. You know, Revitalise itself, the events side of it, the corporate business events, became a combination of a conference, a network, an exhibition, and sort of a knowledge masterclass all rolled into one.
Yeah, I really like that, how it's just kind of, it's not just, you know, a business thing that people are looking towards business, that it can appeal to the likes of myself, to the likes of John. There's an umbrella, like you say, of different things you could probably do. Mm-hmm. I think that would appeal to me and you, John.
It gives people a bit of a platform. So it's like, you know yourself, John, Stephen, it's like understanding, you know where you're going to, you know what you're aiming for, but you need a bit of helping hand along that journey. Meeting the people, but not just finding out what their product or their service is. There's something I say all the time, it's less about the product and service that you're selling, it's more about the people that we meet on the business journey that we take, and that's on my banner stands and everything. That is part of my ethos. That's what I believe in, because you'll meet somebody, like I met yourself virtually, then we met each other playing golf, you introduced me to Stephen, now that's opened up another door for me. That's purpose.
It is. It's like somebody I heard mention the other day, it's like I could sense that they're like, I'm getting there and I need to do this, and it's like I could sense, and it's like they're looking to find that purpose in life, and you can kind of get a sense that actually you're not on your purpose, and sometimes you have to just give a little reminder or a nudge to actually, like, they can't tune into that. Everyone is amazing, everyone's unique, we've all got this ability, and I'm tapping into it now, I've tuned into it, and it's like we've ended up here today for some greater reason. The mind likes to have an interpretation of it, saying what we're doing this for, why, and it comes up, but there's something that like brings people here to actually, to get something out of this. There's something evolving from this, what we're doing.
Yeah, it's like this program or this channel was sort of set up. The name of it was about tuning into yourself. Just tune in, not just tune into us talking, because it's not about that. It's about what is the one thing that is holding you back from becoming that you're doing, and if there's not what you're doing, adding structure to that, you can become a little bit lost in this minefield of all of this support, all of this is help. Do I need a mentor? Do I need a coach? Do I need to look in this area? Do I need to build a website? Especially when you're starting off in business, the challenges about how many different areas that you get pulled into. So this Revitalise stuff, what is it actually bringing to people? What does it do?
It's bringing help and support, and more importantly, John, it's a good question, really good question to have on that one. I mean, one of the main things with Revitalise is about the people you meet in the room, because they're all, like you just mentioned there, all through different stages of your career, of your business, of where you're trying to head to. Now, you might just be on the threshold of thinking of the idea. That's what brings Revitalise as well. It's a cover across every angle you can think of, because somebody could just be starting off thinking, that's what I'd like to do. How am I going to do it? Actually come along with something, meet somebody, they start sparking that, igniting the spark, as I mentioned many times, of an idea of a purpose, of an opportunity that you see coming up. Revitalise gives that. You meet somebody and they give you a bit of knowledge. I'll give that a try. Then what happens is they go away with it, they try and put it into place, and then all of a sudden that opens up something else for them. They come back, they meet somebody else. It could be somebody down that journey that could be 4 to 5 years down the line that they've been running a business, but they've hit that threshold mark, they've hit that sort of plateau, as you should say, and they need somebody to help them take them to the next level. Revitalise gives that opportunity.
what I've definitely learned about business in the last 4 years is these gaps that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you get to a certain stage and it's like, I'm like a little bit lost, or I'm outside of my depth. Have I got the resources? Have I got the knowledge? Have I got the... And we spend so many time through pride and thinking, yeah, well, I'll just learn and figure out how to do accountancy. It's like, but if you're not good at that kind of thing, or I'll go and learn how to do marketing. Say, I've never marketed before. I don't understand that arena. So my business personally, I'm at the point now where I've got this product. I want to get it to market. Now I've got somebody helping with the market and the sales. It's like a relief. And I think this is what, you know, revitalising sort of like that belief in yourself a little bit as well. It's like,
let me give you something else here for the 2 years. Do you remember Mr. Ben? Do you remember Mr. Ben?
Yeah.
From years ago with his bowler hat, used to walk into the costume shop, used to get changed, and the next day he was a frogman. We went through the door, and the next time he was a chef.
Yeah.
So you put all these different hats on. In business, you do that. In a role, you have to be easy to develop, to evolve, and create that environment that you're in, but also adapt to that environment. My dad always taught us that. Adapt to the environment that you're working in.
Yes.
So you'll do all these different roles within your own business. Eventually you get to a stage you go, do you know what, I need someone to take care of that for me, and I can let the rein go over that side. I need someone to take care of this side for me. Now I'm in control of the business and I'm moving it forward. So you let people do some of the individual jobs that take a bit of your time. Now you can actually focus on the purpose again, the time that you want to focus on.
I remember reading, I'd done the Entrepreneurial Spark program 3 years ago, and there was I just googled how to start a business. I was fresh at it, and it literally, there was 50 steps. Where do you think website was on that list? To build a website, where do you think it might have been?
Middle to end.
You're right, yeah. But people think you have to do all of that first. It's like, whoa, just slow down a little bit. It's like, I need to get my idea and everything that I'm doing out there as soon as possible. Yeah, but like a website and stuff is quite low down. What you need to do is probably learn a little bit more about why you're doing it. And this is, you mentioned just a little bit before we started, that's one of the things you look at, isn't it?
Yeah. Understand the why and the purpose, the message. I mean, one of the sessions I was doing within my business development session was talking about understanding your why, understanding the message you look to deliver. I go to many different meetings and events, and you ask somebody, so what are you looking to deliver today? No, not your pitch. What are you looking to deliver in yourself? What's your message? And so it would really get stuck on that.
I suppose I could get stuck a little bit on that. You know, I was working with a girl last year, and she was on about that what's your why kind of thing, and I let it kind of go over my head for a little bit, and I was like, I'm not too sure. And I suppose, a lot of businesses could.
But also understand the why. A lot of people think, well, my why is my family, is the purpose. My why is my at home. My why is for me in itself. There's a lot more to the why that comes around it, and that's when you need to tap into it. You need to understand even before you start a business of why do you want to do what you want to do. Is this your main message you want to deliver? But you've got to have a point of contact that you're thinking, okay, I'm doing this for a certain reason.
Why do you, Stephen, why do you look after yourself? Why do you nurture your body with the nutrition that you do? It's as simple as that, isn't that question?
Yeah. Well, there's a feeling around it. You want to feel good, you want to feel healthy, you want to feel vibrant. So is it a feeling?
Your why could be anything, can't it?
It is true.
It doesn't matter what the why is, it's your why.
A lot of people don't take a chance sometimes to reflect back on what they're doing. So I used to call it when I was in holiday industry for many years, and I used to do a thing at a conference every few months. We used to go away. It's nice to have it, different places we used to travel to. One was in New Zealand and the Azores and this place. I used to say to my sales team, so listen, reset button. Push the reset button today. This is your first day on the roll with 5 years worth of experience, or 2 years worth of experience, or 20 years worth of experience. This is your first day in the role. What you're going to do with the experience and what you're going to do with it right now.
Because the experiences already exist within the psyche. So we don't have to keep reiterating that experience, and we'll learn from the next one. So it's a really good tip. So it is, whatever your environment, whatever you're doing, just see it as a brand new thing every time, because there's an old saying that repeating the same pattern and expecting a different outcome and lead to insanity. Well, it can. And people say, oh, I get burnout. Well, you don't get burnout, it's because you're doing the same thing. Changing your perspective, your vision and your goals in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So there's my goal out there. I want to have 5 sales of my product by March next year. Right, let's park that and let's come back to the now, the present moment, because we can get caught up in all of these minefields, and well, why can sometimes be massive, but it's about breaking that why down, is it not? And I think that if we do that, so do you want to tell us a little bit about what your events do? A little, what
I mean, with Revitalise itself, I mean, you've got like some guest speakers in there. I have an element called Flash Your Business, which is 10 seconds of fame at the main big corporate events. I've got Meet the Revitalise hosts, which have gold members who have a hosted table where you get to meet the host and get them over an insight to them. They also offer you a hot seat in there. The guest speakers, I have 3 through the event, so there's always a knowledge thread all the way through it. So for example, the one I've got coming up very soon, this week actually, is about understanding resilience in achieving your success. Yeah. And a lot of people think about that. So every month has a specific topic that helps you with your business, but also yourself individually. That's what Revitalise is all about. Revitalise is what I do. Revitalise the time. Connecting people is what I do on a daily basis. Connect people together. That's part of the business. Yeah. Within Revitalise itself, you've got the prize draws, of course, but you've got the main corporate event. The business development programs that I host is tapping into a business development process for the business and also for the key decision maker in the company. Yeah. Understanding what you want to achieve, who you want to meet, reflection on how you want to do it, and who you've actually met to make that difference. Yeah. And doors of opportunity. It's a full process, understanding to put it in place.
And we have to be honest as well that when we do meet people, sometimes we might not just share that common ground. No. Do we? But we can waste a lot of time doing that as well. It's like, the people are for meeting's sake. So me and my partner I was talking about you downstairs a little bit about, like, oh, let's just go for a coffee. It's like, really? I know that's really good, but let's put a bit of structure. So my mentor in America, what's the agenda, John? What do you want to talk to me about? It's like, and it puts you under pressure a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with doing that to people as well.
Do you not find there's many people that will just judge a book by the cover? And I'll say this many times.
They can.
You look at that they'll judge the book by the cover, but they won't look at the contents of the book. They won't look at the chapters that are available. They won't look, and that is, you're the front cover of the book, Stephen. If I didn't make a conversation to open up the book, to start with the contents and ask about you, I won't find out more about yourself. Then the book starts to open up. Yeah. There's many people at events and many things that they go to that won't take the opportunity to delve a bit further in. Have that first contact, have a meeting secondary again, after the next, another meeting, meet up somewhere else, and you're starting to delve into the book all the time. You start to learn more about the person. Yeah. Well, and who they know. And who they know. Yeah.
No, that's really awesome. That's just given me a lot of different, I suppose, ways of looking at things. I'm really interested in maybe find a bit more.
You've been caught between the two of us here, by the way.
I'll be. Yes, I think you've sold on me. Like, I would love to kind of.
Yeah, the question at networking events, and you've been to hundreds, and I have, is that you stand next to somebody and say, "What do you do? What do you do?" And it's just like, and then you go, "Oh, I'm John, and I do this," and it gets a little bit like deflated over time. It's like, why do you ask why do you do what you do? And then I'll tell you what it is. If you ask me why what I do, or I'll ask you why, I'm going to try to figure out what it is. So that is definitely unpeeling a little bit of the opening the book, rather than just going, all right, because you just get somebody just on the spot and like, I'm a performance mind coach. Oh, what does that do? And then say, okay, that leads to another conversation. Or what's the name of your company? Sometimes that can just be a little bit of irrelevant, can't it? It is literally the person who's driving the whole thing. So that's the important bit. Find out about people.
They're looking for an instant result straight away.
Yeah.
So if they come along with something, they want to get an instant result straight away. Well, you've also got to look at the longer term. You've got to think, okay, I'm going to meet them the first time. I'm going to start the conversation. I'm going to meet them the second time. I'm going to learn a bit more about them. Then there's going to be a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. What you will start to build is a professional business relationship with somebody, because eventually you'll recommend them to somebody else.
Yeah.
You're putting your credibility on the line when you recommend somebody to do a service or an opportunity or to meet somebody. You know, like yourselves said the story before about Lindisfarne Festival. You hadn't met John before, but you've been told about John by your partner. So then you meet John, and you've got this first impression of understanding who you're going to meet, this build-up of meeting this person, and hearing about what is being offered by John and how he's done what he's done. So you've got this expectation. Then you meet one another. You know, then you've built up that understanding between the two of you of how each other can help one another. Right, that's really important. Well, I only got that from the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. And when you let go of expectation, loads of good stuff happens. That's one thing.
It's just, since you've come into the room today, it's like, we're getting on about life paths and stuff today. We've came together for some reason. There's some message even in this. It's like, see myself getting involved with something like this. You through thoughts, you know, you meet up with people. I've met John through Lindisfarne. I've come to meet yourself. It's connecting with people, and it's like something just resonates deep within, and you think, wow, there's something going to come from this, or something we could learn, or something like that.
It's somebody you're going to meet, or somebody you're going to learn, or it's going to be an opportunity, or it's going to be maybe along the line. You know, something's going to happen from, but the only person who can make that change is yourself. And I've said that to many people. You know, there's 4 key areas to revitalise, I believe in. I've shared this on my posts and everything on LinkedIn, even on my new website, is that I've got activity. You've got to be actively involved with something that you're involved in. You've got to be 100% engaged, not just with the community or the group that you're part of. You've got to understand as well, at the same point of view, you've got to hold yourself accountable and the people accountable that are around you. You two will hold each other, John and Steve will hold each other accountable. John might phone me up and hold me accountable for something we've done today, but you also got to be visible. If you're not visible, as my mother always tells me, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind, son. You've got to be visible. So you've got to be visible, you've got to be in the room. Somebody didn't give me a high five at my last event when Lee, I'm in the room. I'm here. Good. I'm here right now. You know, I am in this room and I'm available, and I am literally going to do what I can do within the business or the role that I'm part of. So you're being in the room, being visible. And that's the 4 key areas. Ask anybody who's part of Revitalise, who I meet, how can you tick all those boxes?
And each one of them comes with its own set of like, oh, if I'm not confident, then I don't want to be visible, or if I'm like lacking a little bit in, like, I don't know how to action that, or I don't know that skill. And we mentioned that just before about the parts of the business that you're unsure about, but there is always somebody that knows. One of the best bit of philosophies that I've heard is just keep sharing, and that is 4 key points that I'll take away and go, yeah, maybe I do need to be a little bit more visual about what I am. Not visual as in the things I'm creating, but myself, be present a little bit more. Because we can shy away, especially when we're not confident. That is one of the key responses that we do.
That's one of the biggest ones. People haven't got the confidence to walk into a room sometimes. Even if there's just 3 people in the room, or 100 people in the room. It's that confidence. It's a bit like, you know, you said before as well, John, about being the camera, being in front of the camera now. People are very uncomfortable being in front of a camera, or talking to a group of people. Just got to break out that comfort zone, and breaking out that comfort zone, or going into that uncomfortable zone, that will make you more confident.
It does.
You do it time and time again.
It's like there's like a tension there, and it's like, oh, I could just step back from this tension, but I think what I've learned lately is that the tension is actually a good thing, you know, and being close in the tension, actually, like, now I can get in front of the camera and say, look, I'm open, I'm here, I'm present, and actually being alright with it. And slowly after time, it's like settle down, and it's like, it's fine.
Cool.
So
well, Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Good to see
Never
you.
a chore. Never a chore.
Thank you so much. And I'll see you on the golf course again in a couple of months.
You will see me on the golf course. My golf game might be okay. I don't know. Maybe still a soldier swing by then though. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. But anyway, we'll enjoy that when it happens.
But yeah, thanks guys for listening.
Guys.
Just tune in.
See you later. Thanks again.